The dawn cuts through the canopy in muted streaks of light. But this forest is not a sanctuary. It is a labyrinth of silent killers. Every leaf, every vine could carry death. Australopithecus, our distant ancestors of 6.2 million years ago, push carefully through the undergrowth. Each step measured, each breath cautious. Their world is painted with temptation and threat berries that glisten like jewels conceal venom. Vines that promise support bleed a corrosive sap when grasped. In this hostile land of poisonous plants, survival is not about strength alone. It is about knowledge, instinct, and the will to endure. And the question burns: how did humans carve out a life when even the forest itself sought to destroy them? A young female leads the group, her body tense with focus. She holds a crude stone scraper, not to hunt, but to strip bark with precision, searching for edible layers beneath. Behind her, others collect large leaves, folding them into makeshift vessels to carry morning dew for drinking. A mother tightens her grip on an infant, keeping it high above the brush, where hidden nettles can sear the skin. The forest hums with unseen danger, yet the tribe must gather food or perish. Their survival hinges on an ancient rhythm: observation, memory, and ritual. One elder pauses before a cluster of berries, their red skin radiant in the dawn. He hesitates, recalling past scars etched into his body and into memory itself. With a sharp stick, he tests the fruit not by eating, but by smearing its juice onto a leaf and waiting for the reaction of ants crawling nearby. The ants recoil, dying swiftly. The tribe shifts, hungry yet patient, for even in desperation, they know a single wrong bite means death. This is the first battle not against beasts of flesh and fang, but against the subtle warfare of plants. As they move deeper, tension thickens. A child, curious and unguarded, reaches for a purple flower. The mother catches the motion, striking the hand away just in time. Her eyes widen, for the flower drips with a milky toxin that once blinded a hunter seasons ago. The tribe gathers around, silent, unified, in fear and gratitude. Each gesture of caution becomes legend, passed through generations not by words, but by scars, by gestures, by the memory of who fell. But survival is never still. As they gather roots from beneath the soil, a sudden rustle breaks the silence. A rival band of Australopithecus emerges from the thicket, leaner, hungrier, their eyes fierce with need. Both tribes freeze each, knowing the forest is too dangerous for a fight, yet too scarce for sharing. The elders gesture, holding up gathered roots as an offering. But the rival band hesitates. Hunger twists into hostility. The poisonous forest, already lethal, now becomes the backdrop for human conflict. A standoff lingers breathless and tense until a scream shatters the air. One of the rival hunters, careless in his footing, collapses, skin blistering from a bed of toxic thorns. Both tribes watch in horror as agony consumes him. Suddenly, the poisonous plants remind them of a truth. Older than rivalry, nature itself is the fiercest enemy. Fear spreads faster than anger, and both bands retreat, their conflict delayed but unresolved. The tribe regroups by a river, shaken but alive. The elder crushes safe herbs, smearing them on scratches from thorn and nettle. He demonstrates to the young, showing which leaves heal instead of kill. They mimic him, smearing the balm on each other's wounds, binding themselves closer through shared ritual. The poisonous forest had sought to divide them, yet, in its cruelty, it gave them unity. Still, storm clouds gather on the horizon. Lightning flickers, and the smell of rain sharpens. The tribe has endured hunger, venom, and rivals. But now they must face the fury of the sky itself. The forest darkens again, and survival demands one more test. Rain explodes from the sky in heavy sheets drumming against the canopy and hissing as it strikes leaves coated with toxins. The forest becomes a cauldron of danger, where water mixes with venom dripping down in streams that burn the skin. Australopithecus scramble for shelter, driven not only by the storm, but by the invisible threat washing from every branch. They huddle beneath an overhang of stone, clutching their bundles of roots and leaves, trembling not from cold alone, but from the knowledge that a single mistake could spell doom. In the flickering light of storm and shadow, the tribe learns again that survival is not just resistance, but adaptation. The storm forces a pause, but hunger gnaws louder than thunder. One hunter, restless, risks the rain to search for fish swept into shallow pools by the swelling river. His crude stone spear pierces the water again and again, until finally he raises a writhing catch. The tribe erupts in movement, rushing to help, and soon their refuge is alive with the smell of roasting flesh. They eat cautiously, using flat rocks to avoid the tainted ground. The storm rages, but within their shelter fire and food carve a fragile oasis of safety. Yet safety never lasts. A flash of lightning reveals a shadow moving along the tree line, a predator drawn by the scent of fire and roasted fish. A leopard, its eyes glinting gold in the storm, creeps closer. The tribe stiffens, their survival instinct igniting like fire. Spears of sharpened bone and stone are raised. The predator circles, testing their unity. A mother presses her child against her chest, while hunters form a ring. The leopard lunges, and chaos erupts. Spears clash against muscle, and claw bodies tumble in the mud. And for a moment, it seems the tribe will be torn apart. But the poisonous forest itself intervenes. The leopard, in its frenzy, crashes into a patch of jagged vines glistening with toxic sap. Its skin sears eyes blinded by venom, and with a final roar, it retreats into the storm. The tribe stands panting, battered but alive, realizing that in this world, even predators are not immune to nature's wrath. Relief spreads, mingled with awe. They are not the masters here, but survivors allowed to exist in the cracks of a hostile land. As the rain eases, a new challenge reveals itself. The river has swelled, cutting off their path to familiar grounds. Water foams with uprooted branches and drifting plants, some carrying deadly oils. Crossing seems impossible, yet staying behind means starvation. The tribe gathers at the bank, eyes locked on the raging current, each member torn between fear and the instinct to move forward. The decision must be made, for in this poisonous world, hesitation is as deadly as any bite or sting. Their leader, scarred by many seasons, lifts a heavy branch and thrusts it into the current to test the flow. It is swept away instantly, but the tribe watches and learns. They begin weaving vines and logs together, not into a raft, but into a rope bridge. Primitive ingenuity, sparked by necessity. Each knot, each binding, is an act of defiance against a world that seeks to erase them. They are no longer just reacting. They are inventing, carving survival from chaos. The storm fades into silence, leaving the forest dripping and steaming. But the tribe's struggle is far from over. The poisonous land has tested their hunger, their unity, and their courage. Now it will test their ability to cross the very river that both sustains and threatens them. The river foams like a serpent, furious and unyielding, but the tribe presses on. One by one, they cling to the vine bridge muscles, straining as water lashes at their legs. A young male slips, vanishing beneath the current, but hands grasp his arm and haul him back, bruised yet alive. Every crossing is a trial, every breath stolen from the jaws of nature. When at last the final mother with her infant reaches the far bank, the tribe collapses together, soaked, trembling, yet unbroken. Across the river, the forest stretches again, but here the ground is softer, the air less tainted. They forage, cautiously testing plants, with the wisdom earned in scars. They discover roots that nourish herbs, that soothe wounds, leaves that carry water without poison. The forest is still cruel, but now its secrets yield slowly to their persistence. Where once they only reacted, now they begin to choose what to eat, where to walk, how to endure. This is not domination, but coexistence, wrestled from the brink of extinction. As the sun breaks through the clouds, its light catches on damp skin, steam rising like smoke from a battlefield. Children laugh as they drink safely from a folded leaf, their joy echoing against the trees. The elders smile faintly, for in that moment, survival has transformed into something larger: hope. Around a shared fire, the tribe eats not as victims of a poisonous world, but as a people who have learned to live within it. And so, a legend is born.